Yes, we are on the 12th of Shvat. Yud Bet Shvat marks the Hilula of a very great rabbi from Egypt, respectively, who would pass away in Egypt. Rabbi Chaim Kapusi of Cairo, one of the great rabbis, 12th of Shvat. He passed away English year 1631. We're talking about nearly 390 years ago from the time of recording, approximately. He was one of the most noted rabbis of Egypt. He was a Torah sage who knew the revealed and the secrets of the Torah in of itself. Let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. It's actually interesting. He was one of the noted, as we stated before, he was one of the most noted rabbis of Egypt, respectively. He was a Torah rabbi who knew the revealed and the secret Torah. He was especially close to Rabbi Yosef Gilia, who actually studied with the Ari HaKadosh, a famous Rabbi Luri Ashkenazi, who we've spoken about on various occasions before. And he was also studied, this was naturally in Tzfat. Remember, Tzfat at that point in time was golden age within regards to Kabbalistic study. The close, let's say, friendship and Torah study with Rabbi Yosef brought him into contact with the Gurei Aryeh, who happened to be one of the students of the Arizal, Rabbi Yitzchak Luria. Interesting enough that he is numbered among them, interesting enough. So it's actually interesting. Rabbi Chaim Kapusi was dubbed the wonder worker because there was a specific incident that actually took place during the time. He served as a judge, as a dayan, as they say, a Jewish judge in a court inside the Bet Din, respectively. Once his decision in a particular case caused people in the community to raise, let's say, their eyebrows with regards to something. They were convinced that he was, let's say, he made a mistake in this judgment that he made over there, and began talking, let's say, badly against him behind his back. For example, we're saying, in inverted commas, surely Rav Chaim must have accepted bribery, they would have accused him of over here. With regards to bribery, they said, shortly afterwards, Rabbi Chaim then became blind, it was reported over. This was proof amongst them, let's just say, of his guilt, they claimed. That's what they claimed, erroneously. Since the Torah itself says that bribery blinds the eyes of the wise. So they use that and all the things, the circumstantial evidence they had to think this versus, let's say, these wrong, very, very bad and wrong insinuations reached the ears of Rabbi Chaim. He was distressed by this. He heard about this. He prayed to Hashem with all his heart, begging him to remove the shameful stigma from him, since he knew that he was 100% innocent over here, and these let's say these judgments and accusations were totally false over here. So he knew it, so he prayed to Hashem. One day then he would declare in public, one day before the entire Kehillah, the congregation itself, that people's suspicions of me were false and unfounded. If it is true that I accepted bribery, he exclaimed over here, then let me continue to be blind until the day I pass away. But if the allegations are false, he stated, let Hashem restore my eyesight. So now let's find out what happened. To the amazement of the entire congregation, Rabbi Chaim Kapusi's sight was suddenly and miraculously restored then and there, which was absolutely astounding. The people hung their heads in shame because obviously wrongly accused him of such a bad thing, potentially over here. They suspected him of let's just say, his status as a dayan over here, wrongly so. And from then on, they came to him and they would receive a bracha from him. It's reported that Rabbi Chaim passed away. He was 91 years of age. He was buried in the Jewish cemetery in Cairo, and his gravesite is considered naturally a sacred pilgrimage site in itself. There's a famous chida, Rabbi Chaim Yosef David Azulay, actually wrote over 100 years after he passed away that to this day, whoever swears falsely upon his grave is punished. And the anniversary of his death is a day of, let's say, Hilula in of itself, a Hilula celebration we have. People gather at his gravesite, at his kever in of itself, to pray and light candles. The synagogue in Cairo, where Rabbi Chaim used to pray, is called the Bet Knesset Rabbi Chaim Baal HaNes. Very interesting enough. The Jewish people of Egypt mark the day of his passing with a public show inside the Bet Knesset of brachot and so on and so forth. May the merits of the great Rabbi Chaim Kapusi protect all of Am Yisrael. Yud Bet Shvat marks the Hilul of the great Rabbi. Please don't forget to light candles in the great Rabbi's memory. Friends, we are a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. If you happen to be related to any of the great Chachamim we are speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more. We've already covered about 15, 20 rabbis that were prominent rabbis in Egypt. He's one of the most famous students from the, let's say, the school of the Kabbalah in Tzfat in of itself. of the great rabbis of his time. Please light candles in his memory and subscribe to the channel. Wishing you all well and take care. And be well, everyone.